Hello, BookTube, and welcome back to Framed 2024. This is a BookTube event concentrating on art, biographies of artists, histories of art, periods or movements, all kinds of art. Maybe take a camera to your local museum, something like that. Maybe generate some art of your own or show us some art that you've generated. Wonderful, fun event. I fell off making videos for a few days, but I'm back. I want to make a framed video for the rest of September. September is fading fast. We just have a few days. And today, the art involved is non-conventional. It's not painting or sculpture. It's costume design and also the fine art of by-hand brushstroke animation. The old-style Disney animation that is not done anymore, as far as I know. And the book is something that I read years ago. I wrote about it. I loved it. It's by Mallory O'Meara, and it's called The Lady from the Black Lagoon, where Mallory O'Meara, the writer, realizes that the woman who designed the monster for the creature from the Black Lagoon, Milicent Patrick, is a bit of an enigma. There's no plaque to her. There's no star on Hollywood's Walk of Fame. When she starts off, she decides to go and find Milicent Patrick, learn everything she can about her, learn about why she left the studios that she didn't work for anymore, what the world was like when she was working there. She was one of the earliest animators for Disney. We're talking miniature individual cell animation, a very painstaking job. No reason at all why that... Mallory O'Meara decides, I want to find out about this woman. When she starts her research at the beginning of this book, no one knows whether or not Milicent Patrick is even still alive. And no one has actually gone and found the people she worked with, found the people she worked for, and delineated exactly what work she did and didn't do, and under what conditions. And this book wonderfully, energetically lays bare all of that. Now, you already know that story is going to be mostly hair-pullingly frustrating because the industry was unbelievably sexist in the opposite way than it is now. The industry is still unbelievably sexist, but now it's against men. Then in the 1930s and 40s, it was against women, and it was systematic, just sweepingly systematic, where if you got a job on a movie set as a woman, it was also expected that you would be the one who would fill people's plates from the craft service table, that you would be the one who would be ready to comfort or to hug, or maybe more, a distraught male star, a distraught male manager or whatnot. The pay rates were drastically different between men and women, and openly so. It was... You already know that Milicent Patrick must have faced a horrible working environment. And it turns out Mallory O'Meara researches her life and finds out that is true, that one big chunk of her career was actually torpedoed by a male colleague who knew that she was doing better work. I thought it was really touching that when we watch The Creature from the Black Lagoon, as you should regularly do, you are seeing the vision of a woman in a totally male-dominated industry, and that lasts longer. I mean, Milicent, not to downplay Milicent Patrick's disappointments and the injustices that she suffered, but that image is forever. That image outlasts the sexist pigs that stomped all over her career. In a way, it does. In a way, that is the ultimate triumph, I would think. This book helps with that triumph. This book tells a story that really needed to be told. My only editorial or critical quibble with it is that this is one of those, hey, I went on a quest to find X, Y, or Z books, where the author really does think they're just about the most fascinating thing in the world. At times, including crucially at the right times in this book, Mallory O'Meara remembers that she's not the story. That she's actually telling the story of a woman 10 times more courageous than she is. At the right times in the book, when it matters, she remembers that, but she forgets it way too often, for my taste, as writers like this tend to do. I didn't want her to be in this book at all, actually, and she's in this book a lot. But if that's the price I have to pay, I'll gladly do it, because this really, really worked. My reread for Framed last night, this was a joy. I haven't read this since it came out. I got it in galley copy, and I wrote about it, And with books like that, when not much time has passed, I always want to know how they'll hold up. And this held up really, really well. I enjoyed it. If anything, I enjoyed it more the second time around because I was prepared for the author's self-indulgences. So instead of getting irritated that I felt like the story was sidetracking, I was just able to enjoy it. And I think you will enjoy it too. This is really, really engaging writing. So that's my framed entry for today, is The Lady from the Black Lagoon. And I will be back with something else art-related tomorrow. Maybe we'll even draw something. We should draw something one more time before framed ends. But anyway, I'll wrap this up for now, but I'll be back. Thank you, BookTube.